Hello, welcome back to the new class in the online class. I am Dipankar Mondol, assistant teacher of Lauda Banishanta High School, Nakop Khulna. So, dear students, according to the previous class, I am going to practice to you about tag question. In the previous class, we have learned the primary stage, but today I will discuss you about some rules. So, dear students, at first we will recall that tag question, the part of tag question into and a statement part and tag question part. If the statement part is positive, the tag question part will be negative. So dear students, let's go. Our rules are into general rules and exceptional rules. So we have learned some general rules and I gave you some home task. Maybe you have done well. So today we are going to new rule. So dear student, at first you think that an example, Rohim reads book. Dear students, it is easy to you that Rohim is a subject. Here a read verb. So at first we think Rohim, that's noun. We will use pronoun instead of noun in the tag portion. So in the tag portion we will write down he instead of noun. We will use he instead of noun. Rohim. So male. So he. And the verb does. And with doesn't. So dear student, Rohim reads book. Doesn't he? So in this way, we will practice one after another. So at first we will recall some words. Those are in negative sense. That means we will write down scarcely, hardly, rarely, barely, seldom, often, and few. So dear students, I have written those words which on the blackboard. So scarcely, hardly, rarely, barely, seldom, often, and few. Those words are in negative sense. So if in a sentence those words are used, so we think that the statement will be negative. Clear? This statement is positive, but if we use Rohim seldom reads book. So dear students, look those sentences. Between two sentences, that is positive say statement, that means plus positive statement, that means plus. So here minus, that means negative tag question. In the first class we have learned that if the statement is positive, at that time tag will be negative. So this statement is not positive because here seldom is the main fact. So seldom, that is seldom. Rohim seldom read books. That means, so this statement is negative. So we will use positive tag question. What is positive tag question? We will use he instead of Rohim. After that we will use does. Why will does? Because the statement is negative, so the tag will be positive. So dear students, in your memory you have recall that if this word is scarcely, hardly, rarely, barely, seldom, often and few, and another little, these words are in negative order and these are express negative sense. So Rohim reads book, doesn't he? But Rohim seldom reads book. Then does he? Because this statement is negative. So dear students, let's go another. I have a little knowledge about it. And another, I have a little knowledge about it. So these two, if you think that a little, that is, and little, only little, there are difference. That means a little is positive, but only little is negative. So you recall that only little and only few must be negative, but a little and a few, that means positive. So this statement is positive statement, but here the statement is negative statement. According to this, we will write down tag question. That is, if it's a positive statement, at that time we will use negative statement, negative tag question, and there is negative statement, at that time we will use positive tag question. So haven't I, because the statement is positive, tag will be negative. Here the statement is negative, at that time tag will be positive. That means have I. So that is, dear students, so recall that scarcely, hardly, rarely, barely, seldom, often, few, little. So those are negative. But if the sentence must be gone down a little and a few, at that time we think that it will be a negative tag question. So only a few and a little is positive, otherwise all those are negative. Only a few and a little is positive, otherwise it negative. So we will use that in our exam paper. Dear student, now we will go another. That means everybody, everyone, nobody, no one, none, anybody, anyone, somebody, someone. So those, if any sentence will start with this, Then we use they instead of them. They. We use they in the tag portion. So, dear students, everybody is conscious. Everybody is conscious. Everybody is conscious. So we use they instead of everybody. They. Clear, dear students? We use they instead of everybody. Everybody is conscious, so the statement is positive. So the tag portion will be negative. So we use isn't. No. Isn't is not correct. Why? Because they are. So aren't they? Most of the time we see that the students will write down isn't they. No, isn't they. They will think that I am, we are, you are, he is, she is, Karim is, Rahim is, but they are. They is not correct. So they are, they were, they was not, they were, they are. So we use aren't they instead of is, we use are. Clear? So dear students, everybody is conscious, aren't they? That's like another example. Nobody came. So here, dear students, nobody came. So nobody, we use they. Instead of nobody, we use they. And after that, came is verb, principal verb. So we use didn't or did. So why we will use did? Because nobody, that statement is negative, so tag portion is positive. Clear? So here the statement was positive, so tag will be negative, but here the statement is negative, tag is positive. So dear students, recall that. So you think that everybody, everyone, nobody, no one, none, anybody, anyone, somebody, someone, those are turned into they. Think that everybody, everyone, nobody, no one, none, anybody, anyone, somebody, someone are instead of turned into they at the time of tag portion. So dear students, on the another thing, everything, nothing, something, anything. So it is turned into it. It is turned into it. If any statement start with something, nothing, anything, everything, so turn into it. Clear? So follow the example. Everything clear. Everything is clear. So everything is clear. Everything is turned into it. Everything is turned into it. Clear? Everything is turned into it. So we use verb is. So isn't. So we use isn't it. Everything is clear, isn't it? So dear students, here is the difference. If you use everything, everyone, everybody, everyone, nobody, no one, none, anybody, anyone, somebody, someone turn into they, but everything, nothing, anything, something turn into eat. So there is no difference. Same way, but only difference, turn into they and eat. Clear? Okay. Now we will go another exceptional thing. That means nice day. Nice day. That is, if a question paper said a nice day, what's that question? You have some hesitation, but not hesitation. Day means so. Without it, we write down it. Clear? That means good boy. So, good boy. Nice day. So, day is turning to eat, but boy is turning to he. And here the verb is, it is a nice day. It is a nice day. Or it was a nice day. He is a good boy. So the take question will be, isn't it or wasn't it? And another, good boy. Isn't he? Dear students, think that nice day turn into it. And if it is person, so turn into he. If we think that he is person, at that time we turn into he or she, male or female at that time. But here is not. Here is turn into it. Day is turn into it. So dear students, at that's like sentence, you will use that quality or that system. Dear students, you have a good idea. Let's or let us, the same. If you think that let's settle the dispute, let's go out for a walk, let's play, so at that time if you see that let's turn into shall we. If you close your eyes and write down shall we, because there is no scope. Clear, dear students? Us turn into we. That is us, we, our. That is subjective form, objective form and possessive form. So here objective form turn into subjective form. Clear? Here us turn into subjective form. So let's shall we. That means propose. If you think that at the time of narration you will turn into that. If you turn into the indirect speech at that time, let us, we should settle the dispute. Shall, that means shall is used. So at that time we use shall we. So dear students, you have some quality about that, and today I will give you some sentences to practice at home, because for your betterment you will practice. So write down these sentences. Everybody is liable to error. None is to none under the sun. Let's play cricket. Everything looks hazy. All of them came. So dear students, you are most welcome to listen this class carefully. Hope you will practice more and more, and in this way you will practice more. So thank you in this day and take care. Thank you all.